This is a tutorial for Echo Holy in the key of C. The original recording, I believe, is in B, so you will not be able to play along with it. The main parts that you want to get of this song is the opening riff, and then it's a pretty simple song, but that opening riff, they don't continue it through the verse in the recording, but it sounds better if you do. If you continue through the verse and you just play with your hands closer and higher. So let's start with that riff. It's basically the verse chords. They don't have the intro noted in here, but it's like you're playing through the verse. So let me play the notes for you. It's C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and so you're gonna, when you play it over C and C over E, you're doing the same thing. So C, E, G, B, and then you do it over again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because it's 4 counts over C. And then when you go to G, you're going to do the same thing, only instead of landing on E, you're going to land on D. C, D, G, B, C, D, G, B, and then back to what you were doing before. C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, and then G, F, E, D. So I would do octaves. G, F, E, G, back to the riff. C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, D, G, B, C, D, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B, G, F, E, D. And then just continue through the verse. And then instead of going, so this is where you'll depart. So you'll do all of the riff the same for the verse as you would for the intro, but instead of going over F, now over F you'll go C, F, G, B, C, F, G, B, and then back to C, an anthem. Always know a song that's always been in me. And then pre-chorus. So D minor, say A, C, F, and then G, C, E for C, and then just root C. And then for the chorus, so octave C to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then over G, octave D to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then for C over E is octave E to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to, so over F, G, F, E, D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So through the tag you're doing the same thing that you were doing for chorus. And then when you get to C, you're holding it for 4 counts. 1, forever echo, holy is the Lord. 2, 3, 4. And now you're going to do in verse 2 a similar riff pattern, only now it's going to be rearranged notes. It's an inversion of it. So it'll be E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then so E, G, B, D, E, G, B, D, and then back to what you were doing before. E, G, B, C, E, G, B, C, instead of doing something softer for pre-chorus 2, it'll be octaves with a C in there, or D, or an A. C will be the easiest to reach. 2, 3, 4, and then octave E with a G. 2, 3, 4, 1, and then octave D with a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So when you're on G for power to you, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then on a 4, get the E octave because you're walking up to, so F octave with a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the E octave with the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to D octave with a G for the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same thing as before. So for that first line, do G, D, G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then G, C, G for A minor 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then A, C, G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then back to G, C, G when you get to C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then back to that. The second row now is 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hold 2, 3, 4, and then you're back to the riff that you had at the beginning over verse 3. Majesty before my eyes, let it take my breath away. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll do the verse 3 just like you did verse 1. So F won't have the, it'll be the. So verse 3 is going to look just like verse 1 until you get to the last line. So you'll go, majesty before my eyes, still the same as verse 1. Let it take my breath. So I'll let it take my breath. So on let you do E, G, C. Let it take my breath. So D, you're going to play G over that C. D, G, B. Breath away. Just a regular F inversion. Away, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So B octave on 1 and C on 3. And then you're already up here. So now instead of coming down for the chorus, you're doing the same thing, only it's higher. A million angels fall face down on the floor, all to echo holy you're just going to keep playing that all the way through to the end. And then the ending will be just make it big.